These are 10 bolo brands with trends that you should be selling on Poshmark and eBay this fall and winter. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Erlia, otherwise known as martziechic, and I am a full-time reseller, and this whole channel is just about reseller content as well as thrifting and business content. So if you guys like that sort of thing, make sure that you have subscribed down below, and also tap that little notification bell right next to it to be updated every single time I post a new video. And lastly, before I start heading into the bulk of this video, make sure that you've given this video a little thumbs up down below to help me out and support my channel even more if you appreciate me covering this type of content. And we will head into the trends first. So I felt like I needed to explain some of these trends first before the bolo brands. The bolo brands are super popular right now, so you've probably heard of them before, but even if you don't find the bolo brands, these are just some trends and staples that I feel like we will see a lot of come fall and winter here. So if you guys are not finding any of the bolos, but you're just out thrifting yourselves, here are some things that you could be picking up, even if they are not branded, that will probably go super fast because of style right now. So the first trend that I want to talk about is the chunky boot trend. I really like this. I don't think that this will be going away until probably the spring to summertime of next year. I think that number one, these boots are super comfortable. They're sturdy. They're usually a rubber boot, so this can prevent from snow or rain. You can wear fuzzy socks with them, which I feel like is key. And also I feel like for my shorter girls out there, this can definitely provide you with some extra height depending on what kind of platform you want. So overall, I can definitely go along with the chunky boot trend, but this is something I don't think will go away at least for 2 seasons here. So if you guys do find those in your local thrift store or bins, definitely be picking those up. The second trend that I want to talk about, you guys know I've spoken about before, but that is cashmere sweaters. So for some reason right now, people really want those, and I feel like it's just because they are such a luxury item no matter what brand you're getting them from. So if you guys find these in some fun prints, I know I've sold some recently in an Aztec print or just like fun pops of color, these will definitely go a little bit faster than others. So even if the item that you find isn't like a great brand or well known or anything, if it's 100% cashmere, I absolutely would pick that up because I think that you can definitely get your investment back on that piece. And overall, cashmere is just so cozy and comfy, so who wouldn't want cashmere? And the third and final trend that I wanted to mention today was actually one that I'm currently wearing, and that is leather or faux leather. So I know for myself right now, I've sold a lot of leather shoes, but also a lot of leather pants and leather jackets. So leather all around is just a staple in someone's closet, especially if you live on the East Coast. But I feel like no matter where you live, you at least have one leather jacket or one really good leather jacket. And if you guys are not new to my channel, you know that I'm really passionate about reselling leather because, you know, those items are really hard to come by, and also because an animal literally died to make those items. So we should be reselling them, especially if you find them in good condition. So those are some of the types of trends I feel like we'll see into even the late winter here that you guys should be picking up. Even if you can't find these bolos, I feel like they will definitely be staple pieces in your Poshmark closet or eBay store. So before I tell you the bolo brands here, I have done all of this research myself. So I've just kind of looked at ISO searches on Poshmark or what's sold on Poshmark and eBay to try to see what types of things have been selling recently. However, I will just say that all of these brands today are solely my opinion. These are some things that I will be looking out for as well, so if you do happen to snatch them up before winter time here, I feel like Q4 will be really, really good for you. So the first brand here is one that I've heard a lot about recently, and that is the bolo brand Jenny Kane. It's spelled with an I, and the styles for these ones I feel like will go well, or really any of their styles, but they have a lot of cashmere and wool sweaters. So whether it's a cardigan or a crew neck, this is definitely on the bolo list, and I feel like anything from them will sell. So if you find them at your thrift store or you find them online sourcing, these are a great staple piece to have in your wardrobe, and they usually flip around $200 to $250, and you can definitely make a good profit on these sweaters. So as you guys can tell, I'm just going to be mentioning like the highest categories for each of these brands because I feel like that could help you the most, especially when you're sourcing. All of these are bolos, so really anything from them will go, but these are just like the highest performing and highest sought after pieces going on right now. that I feel like you guys should definitely know. The second one I wore in a recent video, but that is the brand I Love Mr. Mittens. I'd actually found out about that brand on TikTok because a girl was opening an unboxing, talking about number one, how much the item cost, but then number two, just how excited she was to get the item. They're all made in the USA and they're handmade knitwear, so stuff like that is really expensive, and because if you're looking for a USA-based company, things are going to be way more expensive than if they were made overseas, but also for a handmade piece, those things are so special. So the most recent one that I wore was in another video where it was like a hot pink sweater from them. I absolutely adored it, so I feel like I Love Mr. Mittens sweaters could resell even for over $200, so if you find them, they are a really great bolo brand for you guys to know. The third one is another bolo you guys know I've talked about before, but those are Freebird boots. Their moto boots have gone really well for me, so those are the ones with like the higher shafts on them, but also any cowboy boots or ankle booty from them also goes really well. They're sandals and they're more like low top or block heel, like round toe ones don't go as well, so like their clogs and stuff don't go as well. But these are all leather shoes, so they do hold their value and they definitely go along with the leather trend that I mentioned. I would say that Freebird boots can sell anywhere from $125 depending on wear, all the way up to $200 depending on if they're a rare style. I've sold the Carter boots before for $225. If you guys have been part of this channel for a while, you would know that. But then recently I also sold a pair of their moto boots for $140 on eBay. So they definitely resell pretty quickly. I will say Freebird boots do resell pretty quickly, so if you're sourcing them online, it's going to be harder to do, but if you do find them in your local buy-sell trade store or thrift store, great finds, absolutely pick them up, even if they're not, you know, the best style. The fourth brand is one that is not super high-end, but that is Spanx. Oh my gosh, guys, if you are on the reseller Instagram, you guys know that the faux leather Spanx leggings are always super hot. I found them in my thrift store plenty of times and I've resold them multiple times. And I would say that you can get around $40 to $50 for them, depending on their condition especially, but they come, I think, in brown, black, red, I could be wrong, maybe even purple in like the faux leather colors. So if you do end up finding Spanx, their faux leather leggings are definitely a staple, but a lot of their other styles go as well, so even like their jegging styles or anything else from them should be good to go this fall and winter. The fifth brand that I wanted to mention today was the brand All Saints. This is definitely a fan favorite. Their leather jackets and their suede or leather boots do go really well. I know I recently put back a pair of leather boots at the Nordstrom rack sale because I was thinking like, oh my gosh, these would be great to resell, but it was actually because they were worn that they were on sale. So I ended up not picking those up because I was like, is it worth it? I don't know, but I probably should have picked those ones up. Anything leather from All Saints is just a great designer piece to resell, so if you find these, you can pay up for them. I wouldn't pay up so much for their shoes as much as their jackets, but they can resell anywhere from $120 all the way up to $225. So if you find these, that's about the average. You probably could get more for certain styles over others, but you know, if you do find these and you pay up a little bit for them, I think that they'll be worth the investment. But guys, we are in the middle of this video right now for the bolo brand, so if you've liked the ones that I've told you about so far, make sure that you give this video a little thumbs up down below to help support my channel, and we're gonna keep going. Up next, the sixth brand is definitely an Instagram fave as well right now, and those are Doc Martens. Literally any of their styles have been going, and I'm talking about mostly the boots from them, so whether they are the Chelsea style, the lace-up styles, even like the funky platforms or colors, those make them way more expensive for resale. A lot of people are looking for these right now because of the leather trend, so if you do end up finding these, I would say if you're finding ones that are worn in your thrift store, that might be okay. But if you're paying up for them, try to get them brand new if you can, because people are definitely going to be looking for these even until Christmas and afterwards, because as the weather is colder, people will be looking for these styles of boots. So now more than ever, list your Doc Martens. Okay, so the seventh brand here I'm kind of iffy about, and that's the brand Sorrel. So as you guys have probably seen if you source in buy-sell trade stores, Sorrel prices have been going up in the buy-sell trade stores as they understand their value. But I will say I would not pay up a ton for these because I think they can resell for around $40 to $60. Even if they're brand new, the saturation of sorrel shoes has started to go up. You can find these in leather styles, they might go a little bit better, but as we move into winter here and as the weather starts getting a little bit more cold, people might be looking for their snow boots as well. So that's just something to keep in mind when sourcing sorrel. If you can price them more competitively, I would definitely do that. People are looking for them, but the saturation level has been going up a little bit. So make sure that you can price them competitively, but otherwise I would say that these are a good find. The eighth brand for me has been selling so well, so when I find it, I do pick it up, and that is Veronica Beard. Veronica Beard is always a bolo, but specifically I want to talk about their blazers because these are great layering pieces for the fall and winter time here. Their dresses aren't going to go as much because obviously as it gets colder, you know, it's going to be hard to be wearing a dress rather than a blazer, especially for the office space as well. So the price I have written down for comps for Veronica Beard blazers is around $150. I would say that's average for them just because if they are new at tags, they'll be higher, and if they're a lower comped style, they're going to be lower. So just keep that in mind when sourcing their blazers, but I do think that there is an opportunity to source these online arbitrage. The second to last brand here is one you guys obviously know, and that is Patagonia, but specifically I want to talk about their puffer jackets and about their cinchillas. Their cinchillas are always popular, guys. They've been popular last year, the year before that, but if you find their rare Aztec styles of these, do pick them up because they can go all the way up to like $200+, which is just crazy to me as a whole. I've sold one of them before, and I did actually find a rare Aztec style before, but it was just priced up so high in my local buy-sell trade store that I didn't pick it up. But yeah, the cinchillas for them do go, but also since puffer jackets are going to be huge again this winter, do pick up their puffer jackets if you can find them at a competitive price. I think for Patagonia, depending on what you're picking up, the coats could probably go up to $80, but the cinchillas I would say like $175, $150, because definitely as the inventory gets lower and lower on these, you will be able to resell them for higher. And finally, before we get to this last brand here, I want you guys to comment your favorite bolo brands that you'll be picking up for fall and winter in the comments to try to help each other out as well and make this bolo brand list even longer. But the final and 10th brand that I want to mention today goes along with the cashmere trend, and that is 360 Cashmere. Like I said, I recently sold one of these for almost like $200. I think the fun colors of these or the Aztec prints are in really high demand right now, so if you can find them, I would say they sell around $150 on average. So especially if you have an eBay store and you can internationally sell these, I think that these are a great find. And I mean, really any cashmere sweater is, but especially this brand for me, I'm going to be selling a lot more this winter and fall. If you guys liked today's video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up down below to support my channel, and make sure that you're also subscribed so I can see you guys back here in the next one. Alright guys, bye!